France versus England women's rugby. Hello everyone, and welcome to Global News Update. I'm Jay, and it's great to have you with us. Today, we're diving into a story that might not be making the traditional headlines in every corner of the globe, but trust me, its impact, its passion, and its sheer significance resonate far beyond the rugby pitch. We're talking about the epic clash that captivated millions, France versus England in women's rugby. Setting the scene, global context. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, rugby? On a global news update? And my answer is a resounding yes. Because sports, at their highest level, are a microcosm of our world. They bring nations together, they fuel rivalries, they tell stories of human endeavor, resilience, and sometimes, even geopolitical undertones. And what we witnessed this past weekend was all of that, wrapped up in 80 minutes of intense, breathtaking action. It was a testament to the incredible growth of women's sports and a spotlight on a rivalry that is as fierce as any in the sporting world. The rivalry, England versus France. Let's zoom in a bit. The rivalry between England and France in rugby, particularly women's rugby, is legendary. For decades, it's been Le Crunch, a fixture eagerly anticipated by fans on both sides of the channel. England, often referred to as the Red Roses, has historically been a dominant force, particularly in recent years, accumulating an incredible win streak that has set new standards for the sport. But France, Les Blues, they're not just fierce competitors, they are artists of the game. Known for their flair, their unpredictable attacks, and their never-say-die attitude. Every time these two nations meet, it's not just a game. It's a battle for European supremacy, for bragging rights, and often, for the biggest trophies in the sport. This particular match? It was the Women's Rugby World Cup semifinal. The stakes, as you can imagine, couldn't have been higher. A place in the World Cup final on the line. Match build-up and expectations. The buzz leading up to this semifinal was immense. Social media was alight. Sports analysts were dissecting every possible matchup. England, coming off an incredible run, was seen by many as the favorite. Their forward pack, their famous rolling maul, had been virtually unstoppable. They had a structure, a system, that was incredibly difficult to break down. But France, oh France, they had shown flashes of brilliance throughout the tournament. Their backs, the likes of Marine Menager and Joanna Gries, were capable of producing magic from anywhere on the field. They possessed that unpredictable spark, that ability to turn a defensive error into a breathtaking try in an instant. They were the underdogs, perhaps, but dangerous, very dangerous. The coaches, John Mitchell for England and Gaël Mignot for France, had their teams finely tuned. In their pre-match interviews, you could feel the respect, but also the burning desire to win. Mitchell emphasized precision and power, Mignot, the French heart and passion. It was set to be a classic clash of styles, the immovable object versus the irresistible force. The game unfolds, first half. And so, the stage was set at a packed Ashton Gate. The atmosphere, truly electric. As the whistle blew, the first half unfolded exactly as many predicted. England, true to form, established dominance in the set piece. Their forward pack, a relentless force, battered the French defense. We saw incredible phases of play, with England patiently building pressure. Their captain, Zoe Aldcroft, was everywhere, leading by example. The crowd, a sea of red and blue, was absolutely roaring with every tackle, every breakdown. England capitalized on their power, scoring crucial tries through their forwards, demonstrating why their maul is considered one of the best in the world. But France refused to buckle. Despite the sustained pressure, they defended with incredible heart. Every tackle was imbued with the spirit of Les Blues. And when they got their rare opportunities, they tried to ignite their attacking flair. While the first half was largely dominated by England, France showed glimpses of their potential, reminding everyone that they were still very much in the fight. The scoreboard at halftime reflected England's territorial and set-piece advantage, but it wasn't insurmountable. The tension, my friends, was thick enough to cut with a knife. The game unfolds, second half and turning points. The second half began with France coming out with renewed vigor. You could see Mignot's words had resonated. They started to play with more urgency, stringing together phases, trying to unlock the formidable English defense. Their fly half, in particular, began to dictate play more effectively, putting pressure on England with astute kicking and quick passes. However, England's defensive resilience was just as impressive. They are a team built on mental fortitude, and they held their lines firm. There were incredible individual moments, a try-saving tackle, a crucial turnover at the breakdown, that kept England's lead intact. These are the moments, in high-stakes rugby, that truly define a game. The small victories within the larger battle. As the clock ticked down, the physicality escalated. Both teams left absolutely everything on the pitch. The collisions were brutal, the effort levels astounding. France pushed, they probed, they tried every trick in their playbook. But ultimately, England's power game, their disciplined defense, and their ability to convert pressure into points proved to be the difference. There were moments of brilliance from France, showing why they are one of the top teams in the world, but England's machine-like precision held strong. Final whistle and reaction. And then, the final whistle. A huge roar, followed by a moment of silence as the results sunk in. England had won. They secured their place in the Women's Rugby World Cup final, extending their incredible winning streak and cementing their status as one of the most dominant teams in sporting history. For France, it was heartbreak, but also immense pride. They had pushed the Red Roses like few others have. Their performance was a testament to their spirit and skill. The scenes after the game were a beautiful display of sportsmanship, players from both sides embracing, acknowledging the monumental effort given by all. It was a reminder that even in the fiercest rivalries, there is mutual respect for the craft and the dedication. Wider implications and women's sports growth. So, what does this all mean for the bigger picture? This match wasn't just about a rugby score. It was a global statement. It highlighted the incredible growth and professionalism of women's rugby, and indeed, women's sports in general. The quality of play, the athleticism, the strategic depth, it was all on full display. This match will undoubtedly inspire a new generation of girls and women to pick up a rugby ball, to pursue their sporting dreams. It shows that there are pathways to excellence, to international competition, and to being celebrated on a global stage. As a news channel, we believe it's vital to cover these stories because they reflect changing societal values, the breaking down of barriers, and the undeniable power of human achievement, regardless of gender. Conclusion and call to action. The Women's Rugby World Cup final will be another historic event, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it. But for today, my friends, let's acknowledge the incredible spectacle that was France versus England. A truly global moment in sports. Thank you for joining me on Global News Update. I'm Jay, and I'll be back soon with more stories from around the world.